Hey, my friend, Jason Cardamone here. It's so good to see you. I know for some of you, in fact, for some of you, it's been well over a decade. This is just for those of you that are a lot closer to me, which is exactly the way that you reached out was designed to not have the masses reach out, but just those of you that are much closer to me. So this is going to move very fast, and we're diving immediately into this here. And so you will quickly be seeing the screen here. There we go. And so this is just you can call it a mini webinar. I did a test run. This shouldn't be more than 30 minutes for you. There is basically, there's an advantage to you being one of the closer people. You may call yourself a friend, a colleague, even some family members getting this. And so there's a situation that is advantageous to you to take quick action on. And I'm doing this to add more value to you. Some of us go back literally since 2007 or earlier. And so the full public webinar of this is going to be coming out this Wednesday or Thursday. And I don't know when you're seeing this. You may have taken hours or a day or so to even open this up and check it out. So this is going to move very fast. You're going to see me skipping slides, and the slides aren't even fully formatted for the main webinar. And so, this really came from, I'm 47. I've been doing business 17 years online. You know that if you're getting this, you certainly know that. And, even if we haven't done business for a long time, I've always been the guy that I put blinders on and I get into a project and I never look at anything else. And I started to realize where that was hurting me at different times of my career and even hurting my teams, to where we're just running with tunnel vision on. And there's advantages to that, but also sometimes we didn't realize what was coming at the end of the tunnel. And even though I've become much better at that and aligning with things over the years, there's urgency to making millions of dollars quickly. Now, I know most of you, unless you're going to take massive action, unless you have enough pain, you're not going to go do what you need to do. And so there is a huge debt bubble unlike humanity has ever seen. 87% of the entire world's economy runs off the US dollar, and almost 87% of all of the world's debt is in US dollars. And somebody has to pay for this. In fact, all of us will pay for this, but you have much, much more options. And I am cranking, and I've never been so focused in my life. And I am taking anybody who also detects we have banks collapsing again, and granted, they're only minor banks right now. Wait till you see what happens in real estate, the banking industry. So many of our friends and family will be impacted in the years to come. And so I'm taking an army of people with me, whoever has the foresight to see some things going on here. And so a lot of for back in November, I launched a high ticket program. You may or may not know, and it doesn't matter. That's going great, but there's some drawbacks to it and some holes to where here's basically what happened. I talked to about 140 people and introduced it to them over, since November. And about, 30, 32 of them joined. There's another handful still joining. So let's just say 40 people are joining that program. But the other 100 people, there was nothing for them to do. And some of these are my close friends and family. And there's also not any residual income tied to the high ticket program. So that is part of what we are plugging today. I'm going to introduce a very low ticket and a medium kind of ticket residual income type of program. And those are two separate things. And that's really what today is all about. And I want to plant a little seed. You're going to see with one of them, you have an opportunity to lock in a free position. Don't delay. It just takes a name and an email, and you're going to lock you in before other people. Because over the next, coming hours, about 2.5 days, Thursday at midnight coming up here, Pacific, a bunch of people are going to have an unfair advantage over others. And you're seeing this before literally I'm about to put thousands of eyeballs on the deeper version of the webinar of what is happening here. And so a lot of this is around building a U Inc. business, which was coined by a gentleman named Mike Dillard back in 2007, 8, 9 range. Some of you may have known of him, especially if you go back, if you've been around the industry for a while. So there's been too many times where myself or my teams have got hurt by not building a U Inc. business, where we just build a company. We don't brand ourselves, we brand a company. I am this, I am that. And then when we don't have control of those entities or those companies, we're not making the decision, the company owner is. And sometimes that leads towards undesired intentions. And to try to figure out what companies are going to make it in 5 and 10 years from now, nobody can do that. I don't care who they are. I'll give many examples that would counteract. I don't care if you're one of the top 10 earners in the 80-year history of network marketing. I just spent time with one of them, many, many hours. And even he was sharing, like, none of us have any kind of control over anything unless it's ourselves and our name and our businesses. And so we can counteract some of the drawbacks and benefits to building even a U Inc. kind of a business, or just having blinders on a single thing, by putting together some programs that complement each other. And that's basically what this idea of an ascension model or a value ladder is. Typically it's like give away free stuff, build them down and down and down until it goes deeper and deeper. Now, you don't have to have all of these or even any of them. A lot of people have one single layer of this kind of a layout here. And so how it would look is something like, free up front, and then it costs more and more as you go down. But yet people, you can't impact as many people the lower you go, because a lot of people won't spend 100 before they'll spend 0, or they won't spend 1,000 before they spend 100 or 200 or $300, or they won't spend 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 before the other things, and on and on. And so one of the big problems is, like in my high ticket program, it's more, the dead minimum would be 1,000 to get started, but even that puts someone at a disadvantage. And so all the people who can't come up or don't want to come up with $1,000 early on, they're all just left out to hang. And that's like the majority of people. And so now I know, and I can give you thousands of examples of people who come up with partnerships, sell stuff. There's so many ways to come up with money. If your loved one is dying, you could find $1,000, but there's so many lives that could be helped out and impacted, and they don't have anything. And so that's part of what birthed everything. So in the webinar, I'll be breaking down affiliate versus network marketing and all this other stuff. I'm not going through all this stuff right here. That's going to be on the full webinar. I'm here to help you see the advantage and get, if you want to, take a free position and get some things locked in for you here. So, so here is flipping the whole thing around and starting to break down what, some of how I'm building out my value ladder and my U Inc. business. And so basically, what we're going to focus today on is down the bottom right, the low ticket vehicle. Now, I also want to call your attention to number 3 on the right-hand side, the 90-day reboot and rank up. It might end up as a 12-week reboot and rank up. It might even change names. That's my signature coaching program. It's the best thing I've ever done for humanity. I initially launched it 3 years ago to a little private team, a fraction of the team that I was building at the time. And it changed more lives than anything I've ever done. And we saw people, connect with family members that had been distant because they had all kinds of trauma. We saw people make more money in business than they'd ever made. And the way I have that set up, it's literally like it's my life's work. And so it's my magnum opus so far. And I will have many, many other programs like that over time. But I want you to realize one of the advantages you're going to see today is that you have a direct path towards getting into this program for way less. Now, it says 97 to 497. That's the range. And then after the 90 days or so, then there's going to be like a small maintenance fee. And some people won't want to continue, but almost everybody does. And I never offered that in the past. And so there, even though they're still today, there's people off still running their own little mastermind, which is part of that. So this isn't to tell you all about that, but there is an advantage to that program, and you'll see me pull this in later on. Okay. So we're going to focus down here on the bottom right, but also, so that's our focus today. And I wanted to make sure you're seeing what I was. So this is something I'm just going to touch on for the next like 2 or 3 minutes, is that I have a new mid-tier 100, literally 100% passive income. Now, if you're like me, if you hear that, you just go running. So this is not, you're going to make 1% per day, blah, 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 blah. This is on the order of like 2 to 4% per month. These are fully professionals doing what's called prop firm trading for you. So basically, they grab prop firm money for you. It's fully managed. They do the trading for you. And because you went to work and set, they need legal entities to do all of these different prop firm accounts through. You are a legal entity, whether it's through your own Social Security or an LLC you set up, or all of those. Some people set up multiple businesses for it, so they can do many accounts. I'm not going into the details today, but I have an entire webinar. And if something, so it starts at 2,100 up to 3,000. This isn't the focus today, but if that's something that's interesting to you, then, and it fits somewhere between like 2 and 3 on the value ladder here. I just haven't had time to build the slides around that and go into more details. It will probably go a little deeper on the webinar here, but I just wanted to give you an example. This is, and by the way, there's a Facebook group and there's other stuff I can share with you. I ignored this thing for like a week. And then I had a friend share with me how he realized he was already up to $15,000 per month after his first week or two of results. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? And now I know you don't see 15,000 on the sheet here, but it's more further explained in the webinar and the other stuff. So again, if 2,100 to like 9 grand range is within, you know, at all interesting to you, these are some of what the monthly passive would be. And this is based on a 3% return. And they can run the accounts anywhere from like a 2% to 4% to be more aggressive. And that's still well within. They have thresholds and they have lots of things in place so you can't blow out the account and everything. And so there's a lot of challenges to trying to run prop firm money if you do it on your own. And I've watched this. I was a full-time trader back in 2014. And I did it for 6 weeks and I did make money and I'm a good trader, but I've never been, I don't want to sit there trading. It's not fun. It's not inspiring to me. I want to teach and inspire and educate people and help people and coach. And so this program is super cool from what I've seen. I'm very happy with what I've seen. There are boatloads of testimonials. And here, let me leave you with one last thing, because I'm not going to talk about this again unless you request this info. And you're going to have to say, you know, tell me more about the prop firm or something. Send me a Facebook message. You can do it through email if you want as well. And I'll send you over a little Google Doc that has a webinar and all of the information you can possibly imagine on it. If this is something interesting to you, here's what I want to tell you. Do not risk 2,100, 3, 6, or 9,000 that you couldn't afford to lose. I encourage you to look at this as if you're going up to Vegas, you're putting it on a roulette table and just putting it all on red or black, which is, you know, about a 48, 49%, 49 point something percent chance for you to win. Now, do I think this is a greater than that? Yes, I do. But I want you to pretend as if you could lose all of it, and you may put it all on red and the ball falls on black and you lose the whole 2,100 or 9,000 or whatever you do. So I wouldn't be bringing this to you if I thought it was only a 50-50 shot, but that's for you to do your due diligence. It's all your own. It's fully on you. And like the slide says, it's risky. Don't risk capital, which are funds, only risk capital, which are funds you can afford to lose. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. All the normal stuff. Like I've had people blame, it doesn't matter what I tell them, they've blamed me for things, no matter how much I've warned them. So I'm going to be very cautious who I even give this info to. Like if you ask me for this, I'm gonna have to be assured that you are a person and that you're taking 100% responsibility. So please tell me some of those words so I have it in writing from you. So that's it. So here's the main reason and the urgency of me sharing this with some of you, and also what thousands of people are about to see here. And so there are so here's something I want you to see. This is a low ticket program. So I'm about to introduce something very low ticket to you. This is a team I built starting in 2008 in December. Now, this is not what I'm introducing to you today, but a lot of people think a little $10 a month program can't make people hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. I literally can show you. So this screenshot was taken back on March 17th, 2023. So basically in the past month, or maybe you're seeing this later. I don't know where you're seeing this, but if you are, this was shot on April 4th. And so I've made over $500,000. The checks have come in consistently since December 2008. I only promoted it for a couple years. Literally still grows every single day. It's 37,623 members in the first 5 levels. We measured it down 30 levels deep in 2010. And we only make $1 per person per month on this thing. And we only get paid 5 levels deep. And that kind of sucks. But it's also, here's something really important. It's also one of the last companies I ever expected would survive. The only reason I'm sharing all of this with you, this isn't what you're joining. I don't feel good about standing behind this product anymore. That's why I don't promote it and haven't for a long time. But yet, people in there are joining every single day. If you look close on the slide, I don't know if you can see it, but there's even people. Here's someone who joined March 9th, 2023. I see a January 23. I see May 2009, 13th and 14th. I see 2 of them. I see 2021, 22, all this stuff. Like people literally join that business every single day. I don't know who's promoting it. I don't know a lot of these 37,000 people, but that residual income pays for it, flows into my LLCs every single day. So I have something that looks far more like it can stand the test of time, that I can't believe this program's even around that you're seeing on the screen. So I'm not here to talk to you about the products of this company today. You'll see them a little bit. I am far more interested in a compensation plan. Now, I have to be careful with the way I frame this because the FTC doesn't want anybody doing something just to go chase money or just for a compensation plan. And so what I will tell you, this is here to help introduce residual income to anybody in my sphere of influence. I'll also share, and excuse me, I will also share with you, I just went away on a business trip that was only like 48 hours. Literally, I was only gone for about 48 hours. When I left, I had a team of about 20 people, and this was just a minor little side thing I was doing. And I came back, and the team was like 85 or 82 or something people. I just counted it. I forgot what it was, but I couldn't believe what happened when I was gone. There's no leadership. There was no training. There was nothing. There's just a couple people in a Facebook Messenger group, and like we weren't even doing anything, but yet the team completely exploded like gremlins after midnight while I was away. On top of that, I've heard incredible things about the products themselves. I just haven't done my own due diligence. That's why I'm not addressing the products here. But I've talked to people, and plenty of them, and I've seen tons of testimonials. I like what I'm hearing about the products. I just haven't even had time to even order them and try them out myself. So what I love the comp plan, residual income. low cost, low risk. It gives me and my high ticket team leverage beyond 1 and 2 levels. It also gives me a way to introduce and work with everybody in the world because it's so cheap and low cost to join. Now, cheap is the wrong way to say it. It's so low cost to join, but the value is absolutely asymmetrical. So like in crypto trading or any kind of trading, you want to make asymmetrical bets, which means for every dollar you have at risk, you have a chance to, like an unfair advantage, to make far, 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 far more than a dollar. So I think you're going to see the asymmetrical advantage here with what we're sharing. And so this company's in massive momentum. I usually prefer companies that are about 3 to 5 years old, or twists on companies that have been around for a while. This breaks that, but it's so much momentum. The comp plan is so sexy. You're going to see how we can take huge advantage of this, including with AI. I'm going to talk about in a slide or two. And almost nobody can say I can't afford this. So now we have something to offer for anybody. You know, even if they can't do my coaching program, they can't run with me with the high ticket thing, they can't do whatever. This is something I can offer to everybody on the planet and they can join. So I love that. It's super cool. So I'll likely put in at least 100 people in the next 30 days. I can tell you right now, I'm looking at the emails. So I had an email problem I just sent out to my list. I already have 22 people who only are my closer friends and colleagues that have a lot of you are like watching this right now. That I have an email list of 18,000 people. They're all going to be exposed to the webinar, the more in-depth version of all of this. You guys are just getting the fast version here. This is for fast movers. You already know, like, and trust me. You're like, you just want to, you know, like I had a friend a couple weeks ago. He's all, dude, I didn't need an hour webinar to have this introduced. All you have to do is give me the link and I'll join instantly. I don't care what it is. That's you if you're seeing this. And if you don't have that level of trust with me, then you can wait for the full webinar coming up. You just won't have the advantage of everybody else that is going to be able to lock in a free position here within the coming minutes. So this has spillover, and the way the compensation plan works, there's so many people joining this company, there's a good chance you're going to end up having people fall below you. Now, you also may not have anybody for a while, or maybe even ever. I can't promise anybody's getting spillover, but when you do, you get paid on all of them. And spillover is people who fall onto your team, not from your own efforts, from anybody else above you. When it's a forced matrix, and when people force to fall below you. I didn't draw this out or anything. You just, this is more for the bigger webinar. I'm not going into all the details. The earlier, faster you join, the higher up in the power line, and then the matrix. So when somebody joins you, there's only 2 spots below you. So the first 2 people who joined me, everyone after that was forced to join below them, which is 4, then 8, then 16, 32, and it goes down many levels, like 15. And so, you know, I made sure I talked to my parents right away. They were like, I don't know what's going on. Just grabbed a position. They already have a residual income growing now, and they haven't done anything yet. You make a lot more if you promote as well, but we'll talk more about that later. So I don't want dead people coming in doing nothing. That's why I'm filtering so much. The dead people that are going to do nothing, you can be at the very, very bottom. That's why you're getting an advantage. You seeing this, you have a huge advantage over people to get in front of all the people who are just tire kickers and want to test things out. And so here's some of the strategies I'll be building with this, and so will the team. SEO targeted videos, downsells from any of my other offers, you know, high or medium ticket programs. AI domination is going to be a major focus of what I'm teaching the entire team. I actually have an entire AI course I'm probably going to end up coming out with, but I'll probably end up giving a lot or even all of it for free to the team. I'm not making any promises because I haven't fleshed it out, but I just paid a lot of money, and I'm in a big AI program. Also, I'm in an incredible AI mastermind I've been in for like 3 months. And so I'm connected with the best people in the world, not being used by AI and wasting time and creating silly little poems and stuff. We're using AI to make money, and I'm using it like I'm literally going for millions over the coming year, because the advantage in new technology, every single day it gets less and less. And so you don't have time to wait a year to learn AI. You can, but you're going to miss the big, like I used to get Google AdWords clicks for 3, 5, 8 cents per click to powerful keywords like residual income and Robert Kiyosaki and cash flow and Robert Allen. And you try to go get those keywords now, they're like 5, 10, even $50 per click. So you lose that advantage over time. So that's why it's such a big focus. And I've been a master. I mean, I'm the dude that I started this industry in May of 2006. And a lot of you already know this, but I remember 2007, I had a woman who was 83 years old, a great grandmother out of California. She was making almost $400 a month residual income. And she came from a newspaper ad, called me, literally didn't even know how to email me when she first called me. And I helped her with none of the tools we have today get up to $400 a month residual income. You bet your butt I'm going to help every single person far and wide. And I have a lot bigger influence. I'm a lot better trainer over all these years. That's all I've been focused on. So anyway, this is such a cool opportunity to help people seek out a solid residual income. So we are hacking the compensation plan. We are committing to a 12-month commitment to lock in your commissions for the next 12 months. Now, most programs don't have a 1-year option. And so your only option is to go month to month. And so you have a lot of what's called attrition, which means the rate at which people drop off. And so the way our team is building, and this alone gives us a big unfair advantage over the whole company. Everyone joining our team is doing the annual option. It only costs a tiny little more, but it saves you a few months of payments, and it locks in all pricing on everything that the company has now and in the future. It reduces the attrition. So what happens is when you have people joining below you, nobody leaves for a whole year, which then some of them that would have left anyway. So we're aiding to the company's momentum. We will last beyond the company's momentum because we have year-long windows, not 30-day windows. We have 365-day windows for everyone. It outlasts a person's emotional perception of, oh, this isn't working. A lot of people might quit in 30, 60, 90 days, but some of those are going to wake up when they start to see some spillover. Some of those, in fact, I'll tell a quick story. One of my closest friends was one of the first ones to hear about this. The spot they were supposed to end up in, but they didn't secure their spot correctly. They locked in their position like you're about to do in a minute or so. It just takes a name and an email, lock in your power line spot. But then he failed to secure his position for just a couple bucks. You'll see in a second, barely over 100 to lock in. And what happened? He lost that position. Another one of my friends fell into that exact position, who literally locked in the name and email just 10 minutes later. They ended up having a leader join below them, which wasn't even from me. I just put a friend in who happened to fall there. They brought in a guy who then brought in a leader, and the leader exploded. And that's what happened while I was gone. And now my friend had no idea what was happening. I had no idea what was happening. We get back, and my friend has this big army growing below him. He's like, oh my God, he hadn't even done anything yet. He may never do anything, but now he has a residual income locked in for the next 12 months. It's amazing. My other closer friend, that was supposed to be his business, and that leader would have fallen under him, but it's random. I can't plan who's falling where. It's literally all based on the priority of when you're joining. So lock in your position as soon as you get the link here in 1 second. So it gives people a chance to go through that process, to learn, to grow, to take action, so they can inspire themselves and others. So I want you to do option number 2, join for $140. It covers you for literally the entire next 12 months. There's a $40 one-time affiliate fee. Then the other 100 covers you for the next 12 months. It also saves you, because normally you would have paid $10 a month, So instead of 120 for the next year, you're only paying 100. I'm only promoting the 140. It's how we're hacking the comp plan. It also, the entire team of 80 some people, nobody's there on monthly. They're all annual, just like I'm introducing to you. So that locks in everybody's commitments, everybody's commissions, and everybody's success for the whole next year. So this also will be going out to my Facebook group. My main Facebook profile will lead into the group and all of this. You'll be seeing this on YouTube. There'll be SEO. It'll go to my YouTube subscribers. There'll be new people seeing it with the way we work SEO. We're going to have videos all over the freaking interwebs through the AI techniques. And you don't ever have to appear your name or voice or anything on any of this. You don't even have to know what SEO means right now. It doesn't even matter. AI will do all of the heavy lifting. You're not just going to click a button and do nothing. You have to be able to follow some directions. But I assure you, I can open your eyes to the power of technology, because I've been programming since I was 6 years old, 41 years now. I was just blessed and lucky. My dad brought home a computer. I was frustrated. I was typing in these commands and they wouldn't work, and it forced me to learn programming. So I've been teaching technology for 41 years, well, let's say for like 30 years. I was already consulting when I was like 12 and 13 years old. When I was 15 or 16, I had a job offer for multiple, like 50, 60,000 a year. And I was still in high school, and I didn't know any better to like, I should have ran with it instead of gone to college or finished high school. Just didn't know any better. So I've been around technology my whole life. I know how to teach it. That's how I help the 83-year-old woman get up to $400 a month. We're going to blow that story away times hundreds in this program. My email list, some of you are seeing this, but it's just the initial little video. The deeper version is what the main email list is going to see, but they didn't reach out and follow the directions to reply to the email like you did. Or some of you did, and some of you may have trickled in through Facebook residual income offers too to see this exact same mini webinar. So it's hard to imagine a scenario where you don't see spillover, but not everybody will. I can't promise that. There's a little bit of luck. It's a little bit of priority placement. It depends on how fast you get in. I highly encourage you to pop in 2 personals as fast as possible. That's because you only have 2 frontline spots. And if those start getting filled by myself and others pouring people into your team, again, can't promise that, but if it happens, you want your personals as close to you as possible, because they have all these matching commissions. By the way, one of the reasons why this is beautiful, let's say I help you get to like, let's say you get to like $300 a month residual income. If you came in through my link, I get a matching of 150 of your 300. I don't take away from you. It's on top of that. And then let's say you have someone come in, they're making 100, you're matching 50 of their 100, and I get like another 10%. So I get another $10 a month from their 100 they're making. You get 50 of their 100, I get 10. Does this all make sense? And those would be if you were referring people in. So you want people as closely packed in you as you possibly can. And it's okay if you just want to sit there too. It's all good. This is the link. You can find it below this video. I believe you're probably seeing this, maybe in Zoom, but very likely on YouTube. Go down in the description. You'll see my link there. Just join that. If you see something that says Jason's Internet or Kim's Internet, those are my LLCs, and they're all me. So don't worry, you're not joining anybody named Kim. That's literally just the name of an entity. It's fully me and mine. It was a name that was created way back in 2008 and 9. So this is what it looks like when you join. Option 1, option 2. You need to choose option number 2. It's a $40 one time plus then $99.95 for annual. It's literally exactly $139.95. At least it was for me. There was no tax or whatever. It also saves you 2 free months, and it locks in your income for the whole next 12 months. I highly recommend you pop into personals, but feel free to just jump in, observe, and soak up any spillover you may or may not see. Again, if you're one of those 22 people in the email, or maybe the 1 or 2 that were still trickling in from a Facebook post, then you're likely it's hard to see a scenario where over the next, let's say 90 days, you don't see any spillover. That is, I mean, to be honest, I don't see how that's possible, but I'm not going to promise anybody's getting spillover. I don't want people just coming in thinking you're going to get rich for free, because you won't get rich. Even if you have one spillover, even 3 or 4, unless they start duplicating or there's leadership somewhere in there, you're not going to end up making, like, it's not going to retire you or anything like that. So anyway, that's the link again. That's everything here. This is one of the shortest webinars I've ever done. In fact, it probably is the shortest webinar I've ever done in my life. And I will also have that link somewhere around this video. Just go look all around. I don't know, above, below. It's probably down there in the description. This is probably on YouTube. And if you happen to be on YouTube and you creeped in and you saw this or whatever, everything happens for a reason and a purpose, and it's always happening for us. And so if you've been paying closer attention than most, then awesome. I would encourage every single one of you, connect with me on Facebook, go get inside of my Facebook group, because there's a lot of highly personalized material. I have taught thousands of hours of material inside of there, but I am moving forward doing a better job of also sharing that content on YouTube and I don't know, basically every other video service I can think of, and just sharing more without having these little compartments around. I've just been mostly based in Facebook since about 2014. And so anyway, and I have my email systems back in place now. If you're in my email list, you'll be seeing things more consistently. But I am highly based, or I am a video speaker and trainer and edutainer, and I'm really an inspirational educator, especially on human behavior and technology. And so I'm super excited to be helping people from all around the world have options, so that as you start to grab even more of your own success, you are, becoming more sovereign, more free yourself. And as that starts to ripple impact your closer loved ones, it keeps going out from there. And together, you will reach people that I could have never reached, because there are people that don't like my style. They don't like my whatever. They may not even like how I look or whatever. Oh man, you're not wearing a tie and you don't have a button up on. And that's all good. There are people, I can assure you, my friend, even the most introverted person will impact 10,000 people across their lifetime. So I've already seen this in so many thousands of ways and perspectives over my career and life. It's incredible. I am here to leave humanity a better place. And I found that. Then I found it both directly and indirectly. And I can't do that without inspiring and serving and helping people like yourself. And I'll end this with what, essentially started my career. My first year I found Zig Ziglar's quote, and it just aligned with the essence of who I am. You can have anything you want in life if you will just help enough other people get what they want. And if I was editing this video, I'd put him up in a quote and everything on the screen and have AI do all of that stuff for me. I'm just sprinting super fast and getting this out really urgently. So love, appreciation. The link is somewhere on this video. Feel free to reply to email, or even better, inside of Facebook Messenger. I'm more active in there than anywhere. Plus, I can leave audios. I can forward you things from other places. And any questions, concerns, whatever. If anything, I would encourage you to lock in your position right now. And by the way, this is not my one thing. I have many things and incredible products and services, and we're building a U Inc. business. And if this is your one thing, that's all good. We have a compartment where you're not going to be threatened by any other random things floating around. So again, love, huge appreciation and gratitude. And I look forward to the continued journey, my friend. We'll see you soon.